What's up, cool kids? FD White back with another episode. Let's jump right into it, man. Happy Saturday. It's going into Sunday, so we didn't get a lot of movement out of Bitcoin today. Friday, we got a nice little dump after we got the jobs report, and we've kind of been stagnant around 94K. So we'll look at Bitcoin a little bit. But what I want to start off with is XRP. XRP has been moving, and we called this, man. We called this a few days ago. We said XRP is one of the most bullish charts, or has one of the most bullish charts in crypto, or basically when it comes to the higher cap coins, because of course a lot of 2 million coins, we can't keep up with each and every coin, but we knew XRP was primed and ready for a nice little move. So we did get a nice little move up to about that $2.60 area. Let's zoom out. We did break out of this bull flag, and this is what I wanted to see. This is what I was aiming for. This is what I was banking on happening, and this is why I said XRP looked very bullish. So we didn't seem to come all the way back down to where I wanted to come. I wanted to get an entry in at the 236 around $2.10, between $2 and $2.10, but we did seem to hold this 382 at about $2.25. And now we broke above the 618 at about 250, seeming to hold that. And now I'm thinking we can start to move up. But this move will have more power if Bitcoin starts to act the way we want Bitcoin to act. So we do have a lot of fundamental things coming up next week. We have CPI. I think the week after that we have the inauguration. Then we have the FOMC meeting to see if they're going to raise or cut or hold steady interest rate. So we do have a lot of fundamental catalysts that are going to, or that is going to dictate in the short term which way risk assets go. And we know crypto is the biggest risk asset. So we kind of have to be on the defensive until then. February, we don't get too much more information. We get sort of like a blackout when it comes to the Federal Reserve, the FOMC. So I think February, if we're going to move hard, I think February, end of January going into February may be that time. I thought we were going to start to move the second week of January, but it seems like we're starting to slow down a bit. And like I said, that's because of fundamental reasons. So we will have to see. But like I said, XRP is looking pretty good. This XRP is looking pretty good. I said the move that I'm looking for XRP, if we pull this measure move, and I only really do this in a bull run. I only really use these type of patterns in a bull run. We'll be coming in over that second 618 at about $4.75 to about $5. So that's the move I'm looking for. I mean, the move has been initiated for XRP. So we're going to keep our eyes on XRP, man. Make sure you stay locked into my channel, because XRP is one that I do cover, and I have been covering all this year. When everybody was turning their back, I was here covering XRP and letting you know what levels I was looking at, and letting you know where I thought XRP should be at and where I thought it should go. So let's talk about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to tell us the direction of the market in the short term. So Bitcoin right now is sitting at 94.5. We held. This is all we need to care about right now. This is everything everybody's talking about on the internet about Bitcoin. Throw it out the window. We held the line here at about 91K. This is what we needed to hold, but we are not out of the woods yet. We're definitely not out of the woods yet. I know a lot of people are drawing this shoulder, head, and this shoulder here. So this is the primary line that we need to hold. And we're not out of the woods yet, like I keep saying. If we do lose this, we do have a measured move down to about 77K, which is the CME gap, but we probably will have a first stop at about 85 to 87K. So we're not really going to go over Bitcoin all too much. Really not too much going on besides XRP. But like I keep saying, when the market is stagnant, when the market is chilling, as I like to say, man, this is when you get a chance to do your homework. This is when you get a chance to do your due diligence. And then when the market ramps back up, you'll be well prepared for these moves. So I do want to talk about a couple things that I've seen on X. Sorry. And this is coming from the Kabasi letter. It says money market funds posted 1.43 billion in inflows last week, the biggest weekly inflow since April 2020. This is double the average seen over the last few months. This comes as Fed cut expectations significantly declined due to resurging inflation. So this just means that people are parking their money in well, I guess some people are taking their money out of stocks and putting it in the money markets and just earning that interest. So that's kind of what happened when it came to 2020. A lot of people start, as we remember, a lot of people start taking their money out of the stock market and then putting it in those, those safer haven plays. So this is what's I guess this is what's happening right now. I don't think this is the time to start panicking. I mean, the stock market is still pretty high. We haven't crashed like people are calling for. People have been calling for a stock market crash for the past 3 years. It hasn't happened. It's basically been up only. So I'm not too convinced that we're going to have some type of stock market crash. If we do get some sort of big correction, I don't think it's going to last long. You guys all know my theses. I think the great melt up is right around the corner with a bunch of ebbs and flows in between, maybe a huge scare, and then up only mode. The great melt up will commence. Another one I wanted to talk about was Miss the ICO Boom 2017, DeFi Summer 2020, NFTs 2021. So this is just another person talking about AI agents. So I don't know if the AI agent wave is dying down. Of course, when you have a market cool off, the narratives kind of cool off. But like I said, this is the time to be doing your research. This is the time to be doing your due diligence. And I found a couple things that I'm going to share in my Telegram and my Discord when I build it. I should have my Discord up this weekend. I mean, this week coming up. But I will share, my insights and things that I see in my Telegram. But I do think AI agents, not just as a hot narrative, I think this is, you know, something that's going to be really, really, really important for the future. Like NFTs was important at the time, but I think AI agents, when it comes to real world use case, this is really something that's going to be taken off. So really bullish on that sector, really bullish on that whole narrative, even outside of crypto. I'm actually building an AI agent myself to help me with my due diligence, my research, just my overall life, man. If you know how to build it, or if you can have Chat GPT or whatever one of these things help you build it and take you step by step to build these agents. So that's what I'm doing. And then lastly, I want to talk about Sistine Research. Shout out to Forrest. He said you heard everything or you heard about forced selling as inflation roars back in 2025. We're going to see forced buying. Inflation will force people out of their dollars. So I mean, I'm seeing a lot of different takes when it comes to 2020. But what I do know is 2020 will be very, very up and down, up and down, up and down. So I feel like we're gonna get wild swings. So if you can kind of see, the thing is you don't even have to catch every move. You don't have to be the bottom of the move. If it's going to the top, you don't have to, if you're shorting, you don't have to catch the top of the move. You just want to get a little nice chunk of each move. And if we have a bunch of these, these huge moves, man, you can make a lot of money in these markets. And that's what I think is going to happen. I really think that's going to happen going into the next, few months. Do think crypto or do think Bitcoin is going to break all time highs? I see people calling for 400K this year. I don't think that's happening. Very unlikely to me. But I can see like 140, 120, between like 120 and 150. I definitely can see that happening. So we will see what happens with that. So if inflation roars back, and we'll have to see how the Federal Reserve reacts, and how they react will dictate how these assets move. Lastly, I want to talk about shout out to Wendy O. She says Solana may be the first crypto in 2025 to be to get an ETF. So we got VanEck 21 shares, Canary, and Bitwise have filed for Solana EFT applications. The first SEC approval deadline is January 25th. So that's coming in a couple weeks. So Solana may get a bid. Let's actually go to the Solana chart. Solana has been fairly weak after we got that meme coin craze. So I think if we do start to get some real rumblings about a Solana ETF, Solana will start to take off. I want to see Solana recapture this $190 level, break this downtrend, ultimately come back above this 20-day modified moving average, and then get back above that $200 level. And then I think we can continue our ascension higher. I thought Solana, I mean, it possibly still could 5x from here, but So many different coins now, so many stronger coins, so many bigger narratives right now. I think the meme coin craze will have to come back, or we get some type of Solana ETF news and approval coming in for Solana really to start taking off. So, I mean, Ethereum got an ETF and it got the ETF approval and it really didn't do anything. So, well, it did the first time it did. Once we got the approval, because it didn't go live, but once we got the approval, I think it went from like 2K to 4K. So, I mean, Solana could go from 200 to I could see 5, 6, 700 if we got a Solana ETF approval. So, just keep your eyes open, your ears open, and stay in tune to the markets. Stay in tune to the markets. That's what I always preach. When the market is going down, when the market is sideways, use it as an opportunity. And that's what I'm doing, man. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. We'll be going live a lot more. Telegram is open. Cool Kids Alpha Group. If you're trading, I got some links down from to BYDFI, also Bitunix. And I think that's it for today. So we'll get ready for the week tomorrow. We got the weekly close and then the weekly open. So we'll be ready for that, and we'll see if we can get some volume coming in, and we'll see if Bitcoin can make some sort of decision on what it wants to do. Hopefully, we hold the line, and if as long as we hold that line, I think as long as we hold that line, we'll be fine. I don't care if we come down a little bit, as long as we don't break below that 91K area. But we'll say about 90 to 91K area. I think we'll be fine, man. So this is FD White. Thank you for watching, cool kids. See you guys in a minute. Peace.